And now, everyone, it is time that we will go and conclude this episode off with the grand finale. And for this grand finale, we will be talking about, as I've insinuated before, some corporate calamity. Yes, there is a corporation out there that is currently in some serious trouble and has gotten some major backlash from the public. Now, before I get into it, there is a little bit of an honorable mention that I do want to talk about, and that is in regards to Funko. Yes, the creators of Funko Pop, in which they have revealed that they are in critical debt. So much so that they have even mentioned that there is a very strong possibility that they will not survive the next year. So there is a chance that maybe in 2026, we will see not just the downfall, but the doom, or maybe not the doom, that's a weird word, but the demise of Funko Pops. So just to go and let you know on that. But we're not here to go and talk about Funko or Funko Pops. We're here to talk about another company in which their business hasn't been doing so great, especially when they have gotten backlash over their new commercial. So before we get into what the controversy is, let's go and actually show you Coca-Cola's new holiday commercial. And that was the Coca-Cola commercial, or the holiday Coca-Cola commercial of this year. And if it wasn't obvious by watching it, well, of course, it's not obvious for you listeners, considering that you just hear the jingle of holidays are coming. But this commercial was done with AI. And because of the use of AI in here, and that, well, it is pretty obvious if you would go and watch this, which, by the way, just a quick side note, I believe this wasn't the only commercial that they have done this year. They've actually done 2 holiday commercials. I haven't gotten access on the second one. This is the one that most people have seen and that they have talked about. But as you can imagine, because this commercial used AI, this has gotten serious backlash from the public. Even the YouTube video that I have over here, you could see the results in which it may have gotten 4,300 likes, but in comparison, it also got 58,000 dislikes. So this is pretty much bashed by the public. There's even one comment that I see over here in which someone stated, "Pepsi, for God's sakes, you have everything on a silver platter. Make an ad mocking Coca-Cola for this." Oh, that would be amazing if they would go and do so. So as you can imagine, yes, Coca-Cola is definitely getting backlash for their use of AI on their Christmas commercial or their holiday commercial. Now, at this point, though, you might be wondering, now, Matt, are you sure that this happened this year? Because this actually sounds an awful lot like what actually happened last year when Coca-Cola released a holiday commercial and it was AI generated and people were hating so much on it, and it got Coca-Cola a lot of backlash and put them into some serious controversy. Are you sure you're not repeating yourself? Are you sure you didn't do your research well and didn't check if that was actually from last year? Are you sure? Now, the thing is that, yes, I do understand why this all sounds like I'm just repeating myself in terms of what happened last year. But here's the crazy part of this entire story, is that despite the fact that this all sounds like this just happened last year, it also happened this year. No joke, Coca-Cola just saw all the controversy and backlash and the hate that they got at that time, and they thought to themselves, Yeah, let's go and do that again. And not only did they do that again, but now they're putting in extra work on trying to justify themselves, like really doubling down on their use of it, saying that, no, this is good. We're doing great with it. I'm sure there are some people who will love it. Not everyone's going to enjoy it, but some do, like this is great and all. And even at that, they're even making excuses for themselves. Like, I'm just going to go and read you this passage over here, in which this is specifically coming from the global VP and head of generative AI at Coca-Cola, Pratik Thakar, in which he states, "Last year, people criticized the craftsmanship, but this year, the craftsmanship is 10 times better. There will be people who criticize. We cannot keep everyone 100% happy, but if the majority of consumers see it in a positive way, it's worth going forward." And on top of that, might as well go and also read this passage to give you context of what's been going on, in which it says here, "On Monday, Coke is trying again, releasing a new generative AI holiday ad with the globe trucking concept. Once more, the company has hired the Los Angeles-based AI studio Secret Level to produce the spot. This time, though, the ad features just animals. The only person seen is a Santa Claus at the end, based on the company's original drawing. Coca-Cola inaugurated the modern depiction of Santa." But on top of that, there have been also some other comments and other justifications that they would try to go and do, like this one right over here, in which Thakar also adds, "While the current generation of AI can often take a disconcertingly stylized quality, Coca-Cola sought to lean into a bug by choosing to portray not people but anthropomorphic animals, which they say they couldn't do before. Last year, it was difficult to get those expressions from animals, so we had to use human faces. Now technology has evolved to where we can." And from there, they even add, like, there's even one extra comment that I want to go and add here, in which it even says, "Last year, we decided to go all in, and it worked out well for us," noting that consumer engagement was very high. "Yes, some parts of the industry were not pleased we were using a 100% generative AI film, but that's part of the parcel of doing some pioneering. We understand that concern, but we need to keep moving forward and pushing the envelope." Takar says the company was open to using it for activations in other times of the year, even high-impact ones like March Madness, where he added, "The genie is out of the bottle, and you're not going to put it back in." But despite that, so far, the results have not been different. So far, the grand majority of people have been giving it, what the fridge? This is not my link. What is this? Okay, there we go. Okay, I don't know. It somehow loaded me something completely different. But yes, according to the Daily Mail here, yeah, most people are actually very upset with this Coca-Cola ad, and that it's for the same reasons, that it's just basically basically just using AI instead of hiring actual artists in order to go and make it. And what's even crazier, by the way, is that they try to go and explain to themselves, they tried to go and explain that technically not everything is made with AI. And they tried to go and disprove the criticism that they didn't hire actual people in order to go and create the commercial. And I'm just wondering if over here they tried to say if there is that explanation. Actually, here, let me just go and if I would go and see if there is that. Okay, no. Okay, maybe it wouldn't explain it here. But they try to go and make an excuse with this where, okay, as I was saying, just to recollect my thoughts, but basically, when people try to go after this commercial and saying that nobody actually worked on it, Coca-Cola would try to go and say, no, we hired some people. We actually did. We actually did get some people who did work on the commercial. The singers. The singers are actual people who sang the jingle of holidays are coming. And that was their one excuse. But that still didn't change anything that Coca-Cola still released a Christmas ad or a holiday ad that featured AI, or that is entirely made with AI. It's still continuing that stupid cycle again. Just Coca-Cola repeating their same stupid mistake. Now, first and foremost, let me just go and actually comment on the freaking commercial that, okay, some could argue maybe it might look a little bit better than how it does last year, but that still doesn't change that it looks like absolute crap. And one thing that many people brought up is actually in regards to the trucks themselves. If you look carefully at those trucks, like with every shot that would go and pass by, you'll actually notice that in each shot, the tires, they actually change. Like the placement would be all over the place. Like this shot here, you'll see this truck, it has one wheel in the front and 3 wheels in the back. But the previous shot that I showed you, like this truck here, there's 1 in the front, there's then 2 in the middle, and then you got another random one, and then like 2 in the back. And wait, there's more, because like you'll also look like over here. Like this is another one where it's just 1 in the front and then 2 in the back. And like it just keeps going. And then like you see here, there's 1 in the front and then 1 in the middle and then 2 in the back. They keep changing up. Like, how many wheels are there? And some could argue, well, this is showing all around the world. These are different trucks. No, these are supposed to be like the same freaking trucks. And then the animals. Oh my God. I don't think they made it clear that this is supposed to be from around the world. It honestly feels like the freaking trucks are going in this one street and they pass by these random freaking animals that feel like they're out of place. It's like, oh, suddenly they pass by penguins, and then suddenly you get a panda, and then suddenly there's a sloth. Suddenly we get a sloth over here. They're passing by the freaking jungle. And then you get these seals in which, oh my God, the way they clap, it's just, one of them is weird. It's like the way the seal claps is like, it's like, no, that's not how seals work. And then there's a moment, like, they also got hedgehogs. Like, I don't know about you, this is unnatural, honestly. You just see that, like, they're just amazed. They're like, oh, but there's something about this that feels wrong. This is not well animated, or if you could call this animation. And then not to mention, like, trying to generate all these bunnies. Like, oh boy, was it having a hard time trying to make freaking rabbits. Oh boy. It's like, there's just so much in here that's just absolutely wrong. But then again, but here's the thing. Yes, like, we can go on and on and on with what is wrong with this with this commercial. Like, it is objectively horrible. And I know that using saying that something is objectively wrong is bad in itself, but it's not like there was any artist that actually worked on this thing. Like, for God's sakes, it's AI. It's pretty much generated by computers. So the visuals, they are objectively bad because nobody actually did work on this thing. Actually, no, I take that back. There is at least one person who did work on the visuals. There is one who did actually go and like work on the AI to go and add a human touch to make things a little bit consistent. And the proof that I have for you on this is actually the Coca-Cola name. Because you'll see, if there's one thing that is consistent in each shot, it's not the animals, it's not the environment, it's not the trucks, but it's the Coca-Cola brand. Because the thing is, right now with AI, it is still in a phase, like right now, the technology is still not strong enough to actually produce like persistent writing. You won't see actual like good writing that is formed. Even like when you look at the trucks in the beginning, for example, like there's one shot here, like you'll see that the license plate or even the logo of the truck is all muffled up and it's just random. Like even here, it's having a hard time writing down like a 9 and a 3 and stuff like that. But in each shot, you'll be sure that the Coca-Cola name is fine. So there is at least one person who would have to go into each shot to make sure that the Coca-Cola logo still looks good. But still though, that doesn't change that this is just freaking crap. And it's honestly hilarious that now Coca-Cola is putting in more effort onto trying to defend their use of AI than actually making that godforsaken commercial, making all the freaking excuses in the world. And you know what's actually hilarious is that they tried so hard to justify their use, they would also go and release a behind the scenes video showing the making of this ad, trying to highlight that, oh, when we're doing AI, it's a lot of hard work. We actually have hundreds of people who are trying to make this commercial look the best that it can be. And we actually have artists that put their, that put their touch to make sure that it has a very nice, distinct look. But the insane thing about that behind the scenes video, trying to justify their use of AI, believe it or not, that thing was also AI. I'm not joking. People have actually pointed out that when they see the artist trying to like put their pen on the tablet and try to draw and stuff like that, or when they show all the examples of like the different concept arts that they would go and do, that is also AI generated. They literally made an AI generated video of them making the AI for the Coca-Cola commercial. Like they're in a freaking infinite loop of AI just trying to justify their use of the technology. And every time they try to justify that they are using AI, the worse that it just gets, like over and over and over. But the thing is, with all of this going on, the crazy thing, even though I would try to go and say that with with Coca-Cola trying to justify their use of AI, they're not trying to justify to the people out there, to say that what they are doing is good. They're not justifying to the public about their use of AI. They're trying to justify to themselves. In a way, Coca-Cola is putting out these public statements where they're just talking to themselves to say that their use of AI is actually good, that is actually worthwhile, that it is helping their business, that people are enjoying it. Like it really is a lot of cognitive dissonance where it's just like they're doing all the mental gymnastics to fool themselves more so than fooling anybody else in the public to say that what they are doing with AI is good. And the big reason for that is because of the investment that they have made. Yes, AI, like we all know that the primary use of AI is that corporations would go and save hundreds of millions of dollars instead of just hiring artists to go and actually put in the work to create their commercials. But still, when it comes to Coca-Cola, on the other hand, they actually spent billions of dollars to completely change up the company so that they could go and integrate AI. And this is not just Coca-Cola. Like many, if not most major corporations right now, they have put in a major investment onto AI in the hopes that it could save them money in the long run. But right now, it doesn't really seem like it. Like they don't want to go and present to the world that they've spent billions of dollars on something that just ends up being an L and that's it. So that's why they're desperately trying to make that justification to themselves to say that the billions of dollars that they've invested on the technology is worth it. And this is all despite the fact that right now, the end of AI could possibly be near. because maybe you have seen on social media that people are discussing that we are getting closer and closer for the AI bubble to go and ultimately burst right there. And the thing is, when it comes to that AI bubble possibly bursting, we are starting to see that decline actually go and occur. That there have been reports where companies who did spend on AI, they are already losing a lot of money. They're already losing millions, if not billions of dollars in their own revenue. And then you got OpenAI, one of the biggest AI companies out there. They are flat out dying, where they have confessed that they have legit lost billions of dollars just on trying to make the technology that ultimately went nowhere. And that's why they are currently going to the US government demanding that they would go and have a bailout, that they're asking the US government to get taxpayers' money so that they could have $20 billion to bail them out from possibly being bankrupted. That they're pretty much at that stage right now. And I'm just gonna say, honestly, as much as it would be great to see them crash and burn, I wouldn't be surprised if the GOP would go and actually give them that $20 billion, because right now Republicans are pretty much dependent on AI in order to go and spread their agenda. But regardless, honestly, this overall just feels massively sad. I know that deep down, the executives of Coca-Cola knew that this investment that they put onto AI, it's an absolute waste. And right now, they're just humiliating themselves again and again with these holiday commercials that's just nothing but AI. And I know that there are some people out there who might go and argue that, nowadays hiring people is just so expensive, like artists and animators and a film crew. Honestly, maybe you would have a point if this is just a small mom and pop shop. But this is freaking Coca-Cola. We're talking about a billion-dollar empire and one of the biggest companies in the United States, or even the entire world. And they have been, even between those AI holiday commercials that they have done, they have already produced many, if not hundreds of commercials that didn't need AI, that they didn't use AI, that they actually hired artists and animators, that they did hire a film crew, that they did hire actual actors and stuff like that. They've already done it so many times before. Why would they need to do so with the holiday commercials? So yeah, honestly, pretty soon, we need, these companies better go and take the L and just move on, because otherwise they're going to lose a lot more than just money if they keep that thing up. Again, the AI bubble is pretty much in a direction where it's about to burst pretty soon. So it won't be long that there will be casualties, or at least in terms of corporations, that there will be casualties that they're going to go down with AI. All right, now with that said, now I'd like to go and pass this on to the chat wall, and I'd like to know, what do you all think about the controversy with Coca-Cola using AI in order to make their commercials, or specifically their holiday commercial, again? Let me know what you all think. All right, so let's see here. Their new AI ad is so awful. The fact that Coca-Cola thinks it's a good idea to do AI again for their commercials is very tone deaf and stupid. The way they explain their reasoning is also very weak and tone deaf. I'm honestly happy I stuck with Pepsi. Haven't had Coke in 5 years, so yeah. I hate the new ad. Also, drink water. Actually, that is the greatest lesson of all. Why drink Coke when you could just drink water? And if you're watching or listening to this right now, have you remembered to drink water? If not, do so right now. This is just your little message out there to drink water. All right. Anyways, okay, Coke, please just stop with this AI bullcrap. I keep on thinking 4 words. Here we go again. You really want to really risk that much backlash again after your media nightmare last year? I have to go, come on. What the hell is this benefit? What the hell does this benefit? You got immense backlash last year. What makes you think this will be different? I don't know. Again, it's not about justifying to people. It's about justifying themselves. And they're spending all that money. Like if you spend billions of dollars on something, then yeah, it's going to affect you mentally, where you would be in a position where you would desperately try to justify, like, no, what I did is good. No, this is the right thing to do. No, like I made a good investment. This'll bring more profits back to me. You know, like it's that mindset. Let's see now. I can't believe that Coca-Cola did it again. The fact that they did another AI generated commercial, even after all that backlash they got last year, to me, this is just the definition of tone deaf. Seriously. They also have no shame whatsoever. Why couldn't they just use one of their classic holiday commercials? If M&M's and Hershey's Kisses can do it, why not Coca-Cola? Oh, that does remind me. Pretty soon we are going to see the grand return of, so do you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms? Oh, God. I can pretty much recite that commercial by heart at this point. I've seen it so many times throughout the years. Like, it's a godforsaken classic. Let's see now. Honestly, Matt, I'm not much of a Coca-Cola person. I'm more into Pepsi, but I hate AI generated slop. With those Coca-Cola Christmas ads, and especially those horrible leaked Kingstone Studios AI generated animation tests they did for VeggieTales, and they're supposed to make that future Larry Boy movie. It's all basically the cheapest of lows in animation in general, as it feels very robotic and lazy. Can we all agree? Oh, absolutely. And actually, you know what? I don't want to go and end this off on a very negative note. Like, I'm sure many of you are still very much upset about how Coca-Cola used AI. But I want to go and cap this episode off by showing you a good commercial. A commercial in which did not use AI and really does highlight the holiday charm. So, without further ado, let's go and actually cap this off by watching that commercial. So may I just say, Wallace Gromit, show them how it's done.
No sign of those carol singers yet, Gromit.
Thanks, lad. At least somebody's got Christmas covered.
And that is what I call a holiday commercial.